Episode 39 and 40 conclude the story of Roswell Conspiracies. It's been one crazy journey filled with many twists and turns. The story has a satisfying conclusion, which is more than I can say for a lot of other shows I watch. Episode 39 starts with Riniker, whose real Shadoan name is Wraith, going to the Shadoan mothership to meet with Keel, the head commanding officer of the alien fleet. Keel questions Riniker's actions, stating that Wraith was only supposed to take Riniker's identity to divide the aliens, not to elaborately destroy them. Keel then dismisses Wraith from the conquering of Earth, but Riniker cleverly states that the humans are docile and a show of force would cause them to surrender, even offering to be the one to intimidate the humans. Keel's arrogance causes him to be the one going down to Earth and destroying a monument. The humans, obviously not docile, launch nuclear missiles, killing Keel and thereby giving Wraith full control over the Shadoan army, as he was second commanding officer. Wraith realizes that True Blood had hidden the EMP bomb, the one introduced so long ago during the Yeti and Lycanthrope conflict, in the Vision Cave, which was where the Alliance was going. Wraith sends multiple Shadoan spaceships and troops to get the bomb. But first, Shalane seemingly destroys it, but she, along with Nick and many other Alliance agents, are captured. But it turns out that the rest of the team successfully procured the real EMP bomb and brought it back to base. Meanwhile, at the Alliance's new base, many alien species have conflict with one another, but Fitz helps ease the tension, like when he convinced the Banshees to help power the vampire's teleportation device. Many characters like Jarek give their life trying to stop the Shadoans. Riniker tells the captured Nick Logan that he was going to send the moon plummeting out of space and crashing into Earth to weaken its defenses. Episode 40 starts with the Shadoan fleet entering a cone-shaped formation and concentrating all their energy into the mothership and firing a mega laser towards the moon, destroying it and raining down chunks of moon rock, decimating cities. It turns out this is a modest simulation of what might happen if they did blow up the moon. Wraith shows this to the captured Alliance agents, but gets agitated at Nick's wisecracking. But just as he's about to kill him, Nick transforms into a lycanthrope. It turns out that it was Athos pretending to be Nick. He then frees the other aliens and agents like Shalane and Chauf. They escape the bridge and make their way into one of the rooms of the mothership, fighting their way through hordes of Shadoan in the process. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Alascano explains to Walter Logan that combining lycanthrope tech with an Alliance energy cannon would cause it to overheat, and that it would be a suicide mission to fly the thing. Ruck and Nathan Boyer, the real name of the man who pretended to be Nick's father, volunteer, as both felt they had fulfilled their duties in life. The Banshee and vampires started fighting again, but they come to an agreement after Walter Logan gives them an inspirational speech. The Banshee and vampire ready themselves for teleportation. The plan is to transport the EMP bomb to blow up the entire Shadoan fleet while they are in the cone formation, and it's up to Nick, his father, and a small army to prevent Riniker from disengaging the cone formation. While on the ship, Shalane takes Banshee rune stones hidden in Chauf's back and places them in a triangle, then commencing the teleportation process. The Alliance launch their assault on the Shadoan fleet and prevent ships near the moon from destroying it. This forces Riniker to instigate the cone formation to take the moon out from a distance. Ruck and Nathan's ship use their powerful but slowly overheating energy cannon to decimate hordes of Shadoan ships. The teleport to the mothership is successful. The EMP bomb is activated by Athos and Tayet, as only their DNA signatures can do so. Walter Logan fights his way towards the main control area of the mothership, where Riniker is, but he is separated from Nick by an explosion caused by Shadoan soldiers. Ruck and Nathan's ship only has one more shot before overheating, and they successfully use it on the mothership's gun that was channeling all the energy of the fleet and shooting a laser at the moon. This causes it to explode, narrowly saving the moon from being destroyed. Wraith is frustrated but promises that he would destroy the moon later, not realizing that wasn't the Alliance's focus. But after his subordinates scan the ship and find an EMP bomb signature, he realizes their plan, just as Walter bursts in, taking out all Rinneker's subordinates. Both Walter and Wraith engage in an epic fight, but Wraith wins, and just as he's about to disengage the cone formation that would distance the ships from one another, preventing the entire fleet from being destroyed, Nick comes in and valiantly fights Wraith. Even still, Wraith gets the upper hand, but before he eats Nick, Shalane comes in and both, with the power of their joint life force, wound Rinneker long enough to escape. The EMP bomb activates before Wraith can disengage the cone formation, and the entire Shadoan race is destroyed in one fell explosion. Back on Earth, the aliens officially unite, creating a new alliance and beginning. This two-parter is the end of Roswell Conspiracies. There was talk about a new computer-generated series that would come out in 2019 or 2020, but there has been no info about that. It's likely been abandoned, but I find it fitting enough, because despite Roswell Conspiracies being underappreciated and forgotten, it doesn't need a continuation. The finale is satisfying enough. The story continues just after the shocking revelation that Rinneker is actually a Shadoan, and his entire plan was to divide the aliens, capture them, and destroy them in one swift motion, making the invasion of Earth simple and easy, as humanity is no threat to the Shadoan. We are weak and primitive. It was the aliens that called the Earth home. Their power, their diversity. That's what made the Earth so hard to conquer. We have seen that thousands of years ago, the Shadoan repelled by the Titanites, the Cyclops, and their powerful energy cannon that leveled an entire island and sank Atlantis. This message about unity among different races and how diversity should not be sterilized but embraced is delivered rather earnestly and in a subtle way. There's no scene where the characters cheesily say, "We're stronger together," or "Our differences make us stronger." It knows kids will get the message, and this show is more explicit than most with this message. They fight against the fascistic and sterile Shadoan who want to wipe out every alien species and human on Earth so that they could colonize it. The message Roswell Conspiracies is trying to give is that people should embrace their cultures and allow these customs to spread and mix, even in foreign lands, despite the contempt of some. These two episodes are an amazing send-off to the series. Many characters and ideas from previous episodes return to contribute their powers and abilities to the fight against the Shadoan, like Jerick, who helps destroy several Shadoan spaceships, holding them back long enough for the Alliance to get the EMP bomb first. But he is tragically killed when the Shadoans start using Argonian beams.
If I fall, then I gladly give my life in the protection of Earth! Nima, he did his job.
Yes. Then let's do ours.
He has a noble send-off, as the Shadoan destroyed his planet first, and now he helped save the planet he swore to protect. The lycanthrope EMP bomb that was introduced in the first few episodes is now a major plot point, and the main reason how the Shadoan are defeated. The vampire teleportation device that Hannah created is used to transport the EMP bombs to the Shadoan mothership. I really love that the show didn't forget about these previous plot points, and instead use them to enhance the episodes, and really drives home how powerful the aliens are united. The way the aliens combine their technology, like the Banshees powering a vampire teleportation, or the combination of lycanthrope tech with Alliance machinery, are moments that not only prove their effectiveness through unity, but are also just so cool. There are many tragic deaths in these two episodes, like the previously mentioned Jerick and Nathan Boyer, the man who regrets playing Rinneker's game and pretending to be Nick's father, and even Ruck, the leader of the lycanthrope, who redeemed his previous misdeeds. These two managed to blow up the laser Rinneker was using to nearly destroy the moon. It shows us that even though the Alliance won,
One more shot, she bubbles over. All remaining Alliance ships retreat. Thanks for watching my tale, human. Now, do it.
Okay, Rinneker. We got your Roswell conspiracy right here!
it didn't come without a heavy cost. Rinneker, or more accurately Wraith, has a complex relationship with the rest of the Shadoan, to say the least. When he first arrives on the mothership, he is disrespected by his commanding officer, Keel. Keel reveals some interesting facts about Rinneker. First of all, he was only meant to take on Rinneker's identity to divide the aliens, not to imprison and destroy. They call Rinneker's militarization of the Alliance his multi-step plan that single-handedly crumbled alien empires and quick-thinking during moments of great importance, contrivances.
And speaking of limitations, the Elders are concerned over how you've mishandled the situation on Earth, having assumed the Rinneker identity was simply to keep the humans from forming alliances with other alien races.
Which I did. Successfully.
Debatable after more than 50 Earth years of effort. Your little indulgences. This Logan, for example, border on the egotistical, if not foolish. Some believe you lost sight of the Grand Shadoan objectives.
To the outside Shadoan, the Alliance Rinneker controlled was so powerful that even they were fooled into thinking that Wraith had changed motives, which is why they sent Seed, a Shadoan spy, to destroy the Alliance because they had lost faith in Wraith. But Rinneker never wavered, always laser focused on the Shadoan conquering Earth, and his grand plan to allow the heavily weakened remaining aliens to unite against the Alliance and attack the base while using the Alliance's very powerful energy generator as a bomb.
Right on time. I'll lay out the welcome mat. The fusion reactor should neatly take care of them all.
That could level all of New Mexico, killing not only the invading alien force, but also every alien kept prisoner within, ensuring no one could stop the Shadoan. You can understand why he has contempt for Keel. Never mind the fact that he saved the Shadoan fleet by stopping the Cyclops from repelling them with an energy cannon. As it isn't the Shadoan who came up with this plan, it was Rinneker's own genius. This portrays him as a hyper-intelligent strategist who's always multiple steps ahead of his enemies, as the elaborate plan revealed in the series is his, not the Shadoan multitudes. He pulls one last piece of reverse psychology after being thrown to the sidelines. After being the one who made the invasion possible, he tells Keel that the humans are docile and wouldn't attack, then insisting that he should go to Earth instead of Keel.
I know these human creatures. They're docile and capable of resistance. After our display of force, they will be easily convinced to submit. Spare yourself this mundane task. Allow me to handle it.
Your cleverness is overrated, Wraith. It is a commander's honor to order surrender. You just concern yourself with your report to the Elders.
Oh, I will, Commander.
Multiple nuclear launches. Countermeasures, now!
Like I said, I know these creatures.
But the tables are turned on him when Walter Logan uses his own tricks against him. First, misdirection. Shalane seemingly destroys the EMP bomb, but in reality they keep it. Then, reverse psychology. Riniker chooses an alternative, blowing up the moon. Exactly what Walter wants, as to do this the Shadoa need to go into a cone formation, keeping them just close enough for the EMP bomb to wipe them all out. Finally, playing an angle, they make Riniker think it's about stopping him from blowing up the moon, but it's really about teleporting the EMP bomb to destroy the Shadoan.
They may have saved their moon today, but tomorrow it's mine. And so is the planet Earth.
Commander, I don't think this was ever about the moon. It was a diversion. I've detected an EMP charge now live-wired into the fusion core.
The EMP? But I thought it was destroyed. Disengage the assault formation before that bomb takes out our entire fleet.
How does it feel, Riniker, for the puppet master to have his own strings pulled?
In the end, our heroes triumphantly celebrate their new beginning. I'd rate these 2 episodes a 10 out of 10. An amazing conclusion to one of the greatest shows of all time.